Welcome back to Chokitable Media. A news broke yesterday from an international crime and corruption watch organization called Occrp, Organized Crime and Corrupt Reporting Project. They released their 2024 list of corrupt and criminal leaders around the world. And among the top 5 on the list are these men: William Ruto of Kenya, Widodo of Indonesia, Bola Tinubu of Nigeria, Sheikh Hasina of Bangladesh, and a businessman from India called Gautam Adani. Upon the release of this report, the people are now talking. Analysts all around the world are now putting their opinion on the social media and also on the conventional media. I want us to hear from most of them that I have here to listen to their analysis and what they have to say about this report from Occrp. I have Aisha Yusufu here, and let us hear what she has to say about her president making the list of this Occrp. So, Aisha, let's hear from you.
Hello, everyone. What I'm going to say is not surprising anyway. Tinubu has been voted as one of the top list of world's most corrupt organized crime persons of the year in 2024. That's the kind of person that we have, the illegitimate president that we have, someone who is parading himself as president of Nigeria. And just imagine what that means, to you just being a Nigerian, the way you are looked upon, the way you are seen, having someone who is supposed to be the head of state. Usually head of states are supposed to be people with competence, character, capacity, people that are upstanding, people that when they talk about integrity, they're top there. But in the case of Nigeria, unfortunately, that's not what we have. And so you have this group. He said the infamous award came after the Occrp called for citizens worldwide to nominate individuals worthy of taking the spotlight for their roles in advancing criminal activities. And so this is coming from People's Gazette. So Bola Tinubu of Nigeria has claimed the top spot among a parade of the world's most ruthless corrupt leaders. The infamous award came after the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project called for citizens worldwide to nominate individuals worthy of taking the spotlight for their roles in advancing criminal activities while aggravating poverty. The group, which coordinates a network of investigative journalists and activists around the world, said the Nigerian leader came third after a vote by participants. Come third for better thing. We didn't come third in doing something good. It's in what they're talking about, most corrupt, most ruthless, and the one in advancing criminal activities while aggravating poverty. That's the one that Tinubu, is coming third in. While Kenyan President William Ruto scored the most votes, Mr. Tinubu was listed as number 3 following former Indonesian President Joko Widodo. Organizers nonetheless awarded the main person of the year label to Bashar al-Assad, the recently ousted leader of Syria, who fled to Russia earlier this month after spending decades plundering the Middle Eastern country. The judges acknowledged the importance of public interest and outrage at corruption. Organizers at Occrp said Mr. Tinubu, 72, was at the top for his role in entrenching a regime of corruption in Nigeria. He was the governor of Lagos for 8 years between 1999 and 2003, a period he used to amass enormous wealth for himself and his family. Following his assumption of office as Nigeria's president in May 2023, Mr. Tinubu quickly moved to award a multi-trillion naira road project to a company run by his son. The proposed Lagos-Calabar route is Nigeria's most ambitious infrastructure project to date. And the controversy did little to allay widespread fears that Mr. Tinubu would raid Nigeria's treasury as he did in Lagos in the prior decades. Mr. Tinubu's history as a cocaine dealer in Chicago also helped inform participants in the nomination process for the OCCRP ranking submissions should. It's so heartbreaking as a Nigerian for you to say that the person who currently is at the helm of affairs of the country is someone who has this kind of record that is known worldwide. It's not something that is hidden. Criminal activities, we're talking about criminal activity, we're talking about corruption, they are talking about cocaine dealership. All of these things are something that is associated with someone who is currently at the helm of affairs in Nigeria. That's so heartbreaking for every hardworking Nigeria there, for every Nigeria that is out there that is doing the right thing. Because at the end of the day, we'll be looked upon with all of this kind of cards attached to us. Mr. Tinubu's history as a cocaine dealer in Chicago also helped inform participants in the nomination process for the OCCRP ranking. Submissions showed he was also rocked by allegations of certificate forgery shortly after he was inaugurated. He strongly denied all allegations of corruption. A spokesperson for Mr. Tinubu did not immediately answer a request seeking comments about his unveiling as a globally acclaimed organized crime personality from People's Gazette on Tuesday morning. So People's Gazette, of course, had reached out to Tinubu's spokesperson to find out what are they saying about this ranking that has come out, this ranking. And of course, it's only fair to hear their own side. They won't talk now, they won't talk for now. Later, we're waiting for them to come and see, and let's see what narrative they are going to spin and how they are going to say that this is what it is. Maybe it's somebody somewhere that is making this happen, or they will say it's enemy, or they might even have a way of calling Mr. Peter Obi in. If they don't call Mr. Peter Obi into what they are doing, but they sit there. Well, it is as it is. They know it's someone. When you steal from someone, definitely you're always going to be wary about that person. I think there's a proverb, was it in Things Fall Apart, where they said when they're talking about old bones or something like that, old people fidget. So we'll wait and see. But it's really such a shame. It's really so heartbreaking. It's really so sad that this is where we find ourselves as a nation. But as usual, these days I like to just check comments and see what is happening. And then someone called Caro, he said no surprises. I don't know whether there's going to be anyone that is going to be surprised about it, except the psychopaths anyway. And then Ubong Abia said, see the ranking here. Kenya President William Ruto, number 1, number 2. Former Indonesia President Joko Widodo, number 3. Bola Tinubu. This ranking is rigged. How can Tinubu be number 3 when he's supposed to be number 1, according to this particular person? Then you have Afonja Amoda said William Ruto of Kenya is number 1 on the list, while Tinubu ranked number 3. Who are the ways that conducted this? Well, something to make he said Obingo's happy. He's now spoken Yoruba. As far as I'm concerned, as this one I say it's rigged for this person. Tinubu is probably not supposed to be there. Source, true talker say source, because if this is true, then why the Westerners are dining with him? And okay, it goes on. People are just putting the list of the people out there. He will top the list for the most corrupt for 10 years. 2024 is just tip of the iceberg. Jagaban for a reason, says this particular person. Then someone said, has INEC reviewed it? I mean, have to go to court, go argue and face. But anyway, sadly, this is what we have. This is the reality of Nigeria. But it's really sad. Thank you for watching. Bye.
After listening to Aisha Yesufu, let us go to the news centers. The journalist over there are also talking, putting their opinion on the table for everybody to see and to listen to.
The exact same thing that they're criticizing.
Nigeria does not have a value system that it can brag of. Nigerians were in church the whole of last night praying into the new year. We are extremely religious. There's churches, there's religious bodies in almost everywhere you turn. It has no effect on the way that we live our lives and our sincerity as a people. It has no effect on it at all. We are still as corrupt and as dishonest as we possibly can be. So it's not a moral or value system thing. It is simply the lack of the institutions that should stop you from stealing, and the presence of institutions that should catch you when you steal. Because if it is a situation where if I take ₦1 million, I have nowhere to put it, because it will be tracked and it will be traced. If I send it to somebody else's account, that person's account will be traced, and somehow, some way, there's always going to be a trail that leads back to me who stole it. If that was the situation we found ourselves, it would be harder.
So I agree with everything you said. We need to.
But with this, I hope those people concerned, the top 5 people concerned, or majority of them on the list, will have to come out and defend themselves. Either they want to say, no, this report is a mistake and they are actually not supposed to be on this list. I'm expecting them to come out and defend themselves. It is. So it is upon what they have to say. From there, we will determine if Occrp also, if they are correct in what they put out for the whole world to see. Anyway, I'm expecting constructive replies from all these people. And I don't expect them to come out and start to badmouth this organization or this agency. I want them to come out and speak directly. No propaganda and no running down of this organization. That is what I expect from these people that made the top 5 on the list of this criminal and corrupt organization project report. So I think it's better to come out and give their people, what they have to say and defend themselves to give more confidence back to their people. Thank you for listening. Please put your opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Put on your notification button as well. God bless you as you do. See you next time, and bye for now.